grace-filled table. Hope you're doing really well. I am popping in and I decided to split up the stand mixer comparison into a few parts because as I was thinking this through and planning this, I was thinking it's going to take a while. It's kind of be more like a docu-series. So I thought, okay, we're just going to do a real simple kind of part one, and then we'll do part two where we're more testing the mixer. So you guys know, you probably know, Pampered Chef just launched its stand mixer, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't want to like it. I didn't want to like it. Do you know why? Because I've had a KitchenAid. Here's my KitchenAid. I bought this KitchenAid. I don't know for exactly sure, but I believe it was like 2004, okay? So that is a whole bunch of years. Probably for at least the last 5 years, they've come out with these awesome, there's one with a copper bowl that's my personal favorite. I literally have been trying to make this die, and it will not. But I think what that says is like, this is a really strong and quality product. It's been on the market for a long time. Here's a little history about it for you. 1919 was the year that KitchenAid introduced their first mixer. It was called the H5 model. Gosh, the names for things today are like 55 words. I love the simplicity. The H5, it looks a little different. 1937, their Model K, is kind of when the model that would look real similar to this, sorry about that, was launched. And that is really when their product took off. 1955, they introduced colors. And if you know anything about KitchenAid mixers, they have colors of all sorts. They have different models, they have different bowls. So that being said, I was like, wow, it's pretty, just from an economic, right, from running a company, positioning your products, it's pretty courageous, I think, to go up like somebody like KitchenAid. And so for sure, you'd need to do your research and know what, if anything, is this lacking, and how can we make that product better? Because if you can't make it better, people are still just going to rely on a product that's over 100 years old. Not this one, right? This one's 20 some, but I bet a lot of you know, either yourself have had a mixer or somebody that has, your mom, your grandma. Like I had a customer tell me not long ago that they had their grandma's KitchenAid from the 60s. So like these things literally last forever. Hey ladies. So that being said, this paddle looks super brand new because this probably, I'm going to say this is my fourth one. About every 5 years, the white stuff starts to chip off. I replace it. This came with some other attachments. I honestly don't use them, so they probably, like, I don't know where they are. I gave them away. I got rid of them because I just only want the things in my kitchen that I'm actually using. So that is kind of the KitchenAid, right? Those of you that don't have a KitchenAid, these are basically just absolute your powerhouse. They're very simple in terms of one knob here is for the locking, unlocking, and then over here are your speeds. You've got kind of that 0 to 10. So those are your speeds. That's about it. You can get super crazy with these. This little thing comes off. I haven't taken it off forever. And this is where you can run, they have other attachments like pasta roller and a sausage maker, a veggie, all different things. Guys, I had the ice cream maker at one point, but again, I didn't use it. Part of that is like we're a family of 6 and we're often feeding additionals beyond that. And so if I can't make a large quantity of things with the stuff in my kitchen, it usually doesn't last very long. I pass it on to somebody who's not making, food for 10 on a regular basis. Okay, so all that being said, the other things that we know about the KitchenAid, and so here is the Pampered Chef one. So I've got these here side by side on purpose, just so you guys can kind of get a look and feel for how they stand up. So they're about the same size. This one's a touch shorter. I don't know if that matters. Somebody on my team did tell me that because this one's a little bit shorter, it actually will completely open and close under your cabinets without banging. I usually use mine on the island, so that's not necessarily something that bugs me, but if it is, I'm told that helps. So one other thing, this is the cord for my KitchenAid. So I literally just took this out of the box, you guys. So this is really like a true almost unboxing experience, but it has a cord wrap. So that is, if you like things neat and tidy, that's awesome. It's actually got a power off and on switch here, which is different than the KitchenAid. This right here is your open, and it kind of does, let me do that one more time. It almost does a little bit of an automatic, and then you can pull it and it locks. And then you do the same thing to close it, okay? Just like that. You hear it click, so you know it's closed. One thing I do like about this, it has a handle. So it's a lot easier, honestly, to pick up and move than this one. It kind of is, you know, it's wonky, and with this one being that it's so old, I'm always, you know, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that I had forgotten to lock it, and you know, this comes flopping up and all of those things. So this, I do like that this has a very obvious close with the click, and then the handle feature is super nice. In terms of weight, the KitchenAid's 26 pounds. This one is like 16.6. So if weight is something of an issue for you, this one definitely is significantly lighter. I haven't tested this. So, you know, I know one thing is when you're using your, you know, you don't want them flying off the counter. So that is something like that, as I'm testing this, I will definitely look for. And then in terms of, there are no buttons on the side. If you have any of the other Pampered Chef appliances, the technology, just move that out of the way for you guys. Built into this one is the same, that same kind of wheelhouse as all of our other appliances. So plugged it in literally the first time. Look at that, turned on. Same blue lights that you've seen on our other stuff. So this is really your, there are 8 presets on this one versus 10 on the KitchenAid, but this does also have a custom, so that custom setting where you could adjust things. It's got a whip, and here, super handy, it's actually telling you which attachment to use. So this one for that whip is using this whip. This did come with this batter, paddle, and the bread knead as well. I will say this is definitely not, this is a plastic. The KitchenAid one is some sort of metal that is powder coated. So even just kind of hear the difference there. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm just sharing differences. Okay. You've got a cream, mix, beat, and then a knead. And then the other thing that I know about this, and I haven't done this, is that you can set this to, you know, to a time. So 2 minutes. It's saying if you want to cream something, it's saying you should do that for 2 minutes and 50 seconds. You can literally push. I'm gonna back up. Let's go with the whip, because that's what I have in here. It's saying 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You can literally push the button and walk away. So one of the other nice advantages of this, and you can see this, it's slowly increasing the speed. Just gonna pause that. And so if you guys have ever made whipped cream and thrown your mixer on a high setting and gotten your face dusted with cream, this will prevent that, right? Where it just slowly kind of warms up to speed. So this is something. Okay, so on this one, it looks like on the whip setting, the max would be like that setting 5. So there you go. This is kind of where I'm gonna stop, you guys. I'm gonna come back like actually in just a couple minutes, because I'm just going to record these separately. Monster bars are the one thing that I use to really test my KitchenAid, and so I'm going to actually wash the bowl and the attachment, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to make those, and we're just going to see how this thing does. We're going to see together. What else can I answer? Any questions from any of you that are watching? I will say, so I did some technical research. I'm not a gearhead. So honestly, when I hear things like 500 watts to 325 watts or HZ 60 to 50, I honestly am like, I don't know what that means. I'm going to assume that a bigger number means more power. But to be honest, like, the way I use products, I just want to know that they're going to work, right? I want to know that they're going to handle the recipes that I make in double or quadruple or triple or whatever the case may be. That to me is really where I understand that power, more so than just reading numbers on a page. So if you are not unlike me and you really do understand that whole, you know, science behind the numbers and the power and things, let me know. I will be happy to send that to you. But I think what you can see is, right, they're basically about the same size. The bowl is just a slight bit bigger when compared to this particular model of the KitchenAid, which really is their most popular one, so it makes sense here. When I was unboxing this too, I did see this. And so this to me looks very similar to what the KitchenAid has. I don't know this. I know nothing about what Pampered Chef is coming out with, but that would lead me to believe there may be attachments available in the future. Otherwise, I would wonder, why would you put that there? So I didn't know that was there. It accidentally, this came off when I was unboxing this, but I'm just gonna hopefully assume that down the road there will be more attachments that can be used with this. Like any other Pampered Chef appliances, it comes with a cooking guide. Also, this comes, you know, it's full of recipes, which I love these guides for any of our appliances because it's really just a very easy, you know, 1, 2, 3, you know, how to make bread, how to, you know, what does kneading mean, kind of just gives you some recipes to start playing around with the appliance in a practical way that's not overwhelming and frustrating. So that I do like. I know the KitchenAid also comes with a book. I don't have it anymore, so I can't compare and contrast the two, but there you have it. We're going to conclude this as part 1. I'm going to wash this stuff and we'll be back to make some monster bars. Drop any questions you have in the comments. I would love to hear them. Even just initial thoughts, like I'm excited to see how this does with this particular recipe, and we'll go from there. So thanks, friends.